Good night. Good night. How is everyone doing? Welcome to What's Cooking at the Place Table. And tonight I'm going to be making some fried chicken. I have my I'm trying to turn it to it. Uh I have one of my deep fryers. I have more than one. This is the middle one. I have a little one. I have this middle one and the big one. This is Cool Daddy that I'm gonna be using tonight to fry some chicken. And I made some seasoned rice, some lentil soup, and some cheesy cornbread. So the rice is already done. The lentil soup is done. The cornbread is in the oven. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you the ingredients that you can use and instructions to some of the stuff before I turn on my deep fryer. Is by Presto. It's called Cool Daddy. Okay, you can find it on Amazon. Like I said, I got more than one. I got a little one, right? And then I got a big one that it got two trays. Cause when people be wanting fried chicken, you gotta have more than one fryer. Like I air fried the last time that I was on here, and I have more than one air fryer because you need it air fries, rotisserie, does a couple other things, and I'm having rotisserie because when you got a big something to do, you need more than one. You don't just buy one, but I believe you need to buy two. So that's what I did. Um, so I'm gonna give you the recipe to the cheesy cornbread. You need to get 4 tablespoons of butter, 1.5 cup, one and a half cup of yellow cornmeal, not that rising one. Get the regular one. One teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1.5 teaspoon of black pepper, 3/4 cups of buttermilk, 1 cup of sour cream, 2 eggs beaten, and 1.5 cup of sharp cheddar cheese. Then you put all your mixture together. I mean, you can put it in a mixing bowl, and you combine all the ingredients together. Make sure you shred the cheese, and then you can put it in a bowl. And if you got a little mixer, a small mixer, mix it. Or if you want to stir it, you can do that. And you put it in the oven and take like 8 to 20 minutes to do. You know, that's up to you what you want to do with it. Okay. So now I'm gonna give you the recipe to the fried chicken. Okay. 1.5 chicken seasoning, garlic powder, curry powder, black pepper, 1.5 of black pepper, 1.5 of garlic powder, 1.5 of curry powder, 1.5 of parsley, 1.5 of sea salt, 1.5 of onion powder, 1.5 of paprika, right? Then you want to use it's called studs, marinate and let it sit overnight, okay? And get your flour and stuff and begin to fry. Okay, that's my ingredients. What I do when I make fried chicken. I know some people use egg and milk and all of that. Sometimes I do, but sometimes I don't. Because it's more than one way you can do fried chicken. So the lentil soup, you get 1.5 cup of extra virgin olive oil, one medium yellow or white onion, and have it chopped up. 2 carrots, peel them and chop them. Four clovers of garlic, like pressed or minced. Have it minced. If you got one of them things that chop up and mince your stuff, or you can use a blender. Um, 2 tablespoons of ground cumin, 1 tablespoon of curry powder, 1.5 teaspoon of dried thyme, and 1 can of diced diced tomatoes. Just lightly drain it. 1 cup of brown or green lentils. You pick them over, you rinse them, you gotta look into lentils and make sure they ain't got, nothing, no particles, no foreign particles in them. So that usually take I usually do mine at night because it take about an hour to go through it and make sure ain't nothing in it. What is you remove and then soak them. So I do all of that, and then I get up in the morning. Like I got up in the morning, I get up early anyway, and I made it. Okay, so then you put 4 cups of vegetable broth in it, 2 cups of water. Okay, and then you put 1 tablespoon of salt, a pinch of red pepper flakes if you like, and fresh ground pepper, 1.5 of that too, and 1 chopped fresh collard greens, or you could put kale in there, but take the rib part, them branches, take them off, and 1.5 to 2 tablespoons of lemon juice is optional for taste. So usually you get a Dutch pan, like I got this one. It's not my big Dutch pan; it's a little one, and because it's only, I'm not making a lot, but you get that. You put the onions and the you put the olive oil in it first, and then you put like the onions and the carrots, and you cook them for 5 minutes. Let them saute. Then you put the garlic, the cum, and the curry powder and thyme, and you cook that and let it stir. Then you put in the diced tomatoes and let that cook. Then you put in the lentil and the salt and the red peppers and all that stuff like that, and you you put the vegetable broth in it and stuff, and then the only thing else I like to do when I make any kind of soup like this that's consistent of beans, I will put in the smoked turkey wings. I forgot to tell you, I'm sorry. Put in the smoke. I put in a 1 piece of smoked turkey wing because I get them cut up from the butcher, and I put it in there. Okay. So like I said, I'm warming that up because I already had made that. Okay. And in my oven, my cornbread. Okay. Which I think I gave you to the cornbread. I gave you to the lentils. So now I'm gonna give you to the rice. You can get long grain white rice, or you can use poor boiled rice. 1 tablespoon of butter. Make sure you melt it. 2 tablespoons of olive oil. 1 tablespoon of dry parsley. 1 tablespoon of dry thyme. 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. 1.5 tablespoon of onion powder. 1.5 tablespoon of kosher salt. 1.5 of pepper. 2 cups of low sodium chicken broth, and let it cook down. So that's already done. Okay. And the only other thing now, what I'm getting ready to do, because I'm gonna put on some gloves, and I'm going to get this thing going so I can fry this chicken. Even if I have to come back with y'all to show y'all the finished product, I just would like to get the chicken going right now. And so I'm gonna plug up, and this got a timer on it. So, because some of these deep fries don't have no timer on them, right? But this one has a timer, so I don't want mine like burnt or anything like that. So I don't have it on high because I'm in a rush to cook it, and I'm just gonna let it get a little hot. You know, pour the oil I have here in it, enough oil for so it can, that's not enough. I got another one right here because I figured that wasn't gonna be enough. Use fresh oil. Don't use no oil that you used previously for whatever you might have been frying fish. I never mix these things together, you know, because it's not good to do that. So I don't, mix them together. I don't believe in that. Yeah. So you pour enough in there so it could be up to that point where you frying, because you want that stuff fried. You don't want to be standing there. Oh, I dropped the top. Here, go right. Excuse me, I had dropped the top and stuff like that. And then my flour is over here. So I'm just gonna move this rice from here, and I'm gonna make sure this ain't hot. And I'm gonna put here the chicken. Okay. So, like I said, you see, it's nicely seasoned. Put some of it in the flour so I can get to frying. I have a bowl where I put the flour in because I don't believe in that. Like some people they haven't do it some other kind of way. I'm not dealing in all that. I feel that you put it in the bowl, you know how much flour you need on the chicken. So it's starting to get hot, but I want to make sure it's hot enough. Because just because you hear the oil doing that, you want it hot. You don't want it halfway hot. You know what I'm saying? And you still waiting, and you gotta try to fry it. And I'm gonna try to wait a few minutes for it to be fried, okay, and stuff like that. And there's something else I wanted to say, but I'll wait until I'm gonna see if this is ready for me to put it in. Not yet. Okay. So as I was saying before, and I'm just gonna give you a scripture. I'm not gonna tell you too much about it. Usually I do, but in order for in order for me to reference it, I always want to make sure that it's on my Bible, which I got Bible on my phones, which I can go to. So I want to share this with you. So I mean, I don't tell people what they eat or what they should eat or what they shouldn't eat, but normally I make different stuff, but I don't if I mentioned on the other video that I don't cook certain stuff and really like okay, I don't make pork. So I'm saying that you might get beef ribs, but you're not gonna get no pork ribs. Okay? And I'm gonna tell you the reason why right now. Maybe later you can go to your Bible, but in Deuteronomy chapter 14, okay, it talks about in the beginning about what people shouldn't be doing to their body, far as tattoos, and sometimes women go and get stuff done to them. You don't supposed to do that, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that. Okay, it when we because some people feel like swine, which is a pig, that you can still eat it because it got the hoops divided, but you can't because it's unclean. That's the reason why a lot of times you have a lot of health issues because God desired us not to eat that. That's not one of the animals they use on the altar. And I know this is the place table, but I'm you gonna get what I'm saying, okay? So in Deuteronomy chapter 14 at verse 7 and 8. Nevertheless, these shall not eat of them that chew the calm or that divide the cobra hoop as the camel and the hare and the coon, for they chew the calm but divide unto not the hoop, therefore they are unclean unto you. And the swine, because it divides the hoop, yet chew not the cum, it is unclean unto you. You shall not eat of their flesh, nor touch their dead carcass. These you shall eat of, or the oil that is in the water that have fins and scales, right? Because a lot of people they like shrimp and stuff. I used to eat shrimp and all that, but I don't eat none of that no more because you ain't supposed to eat that, or crabs or lobster and all of that. Okay, I'm gonna read that these shall you eat of all that is in the water, all that have fins and scales shall you eat, and whatever have not fins and scales, you may not eat it. It is unclean to you. Okay, the word of the Lord is blessed. That's in Deuteronomy. Like I said, it starts from verse 7 up to verse 10. Okay. So in case anybody, and it's Deuteronomy 14. So I'm just saying, and the reason why I'm saying it is because I don't make stuff that he no longer desires me to make. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do it. So I'm just putting it out there because whoever might order from me and ask, you just remember, if you watch this video, you'll know why. Okay, so now I'm gonna put my thing down so that chicken can fry, and then I'll put the other ones in, the other pieces that I have in, so that it can get done. Okay, and plus I need this pan, this bowl, because I wanna so I'm gonna put some soap in it so I can clean it, because I want to use it, okay, for to put the chicken in. So instead of me doing all these extra bowls and extra this, all this extra stuff, it's not necessary. I usually don't do it. I wash this bowl. That's what I'm doing right now. So excuse me, I'm washing the bowl. And my sink is right here. So I can use it for the chicken when it comes out. So now, I should have brought that over here. Paper towel to dry. And there's no more in that one. And these gloves I'm gonna remove because I'm gonna put on another pair because I'm going to fry the rest of the chicken, but I'm just gonna remove those gloves that I had on already that I was using. Okay, so just now I'm doing I'm drying this because I want to be able to, when that chicken is done, put it in there because I don't want it to be that I'm trying to put the chicken in a bowl, looking for the bowl I had. I used that same bowl. That's what I did. Flour. I don't want that flour all over the place. Even that's why I put it in the bowl too. So anyway, so being that we doing that now, let me throw this in the garbage. And the other paper towel, I'll take and so when the grease of the chicken comes out, I got you know a towel there, paper towel to soak up the oil. Okay, because that's very important too. Because a lot of times we don't do that. So it's not cooked yet. So I'm gonna come back with the finished product. Okay, so I'll see you when I complete it.